This is the McElroy Family Clubhouse. McElroy Family Clubhouse. This is the McElroy Family Clubhouse. Home of the McElroy Family Club. Justin, Travis, Griffin, and introducing Miggy Mackerel. This is the McElroy Family Clubhouse. McElroy Family Clubhouse. This is the McElroy Family Clubhouse. Home of the McElroy Family Club. Oh no, Miggy's choking on that jar of pins, the one with do not drink written across it. I told him this would happen, no one listens to me. I said, everybody knows that Miggy can't read. Hold on, Miggy Mac will turn away from the light. Hold on, Miggy Mac will please stay and fight. Miggy ain't breathing and his body's gone limp, so we're gonna do the show in honor of him. This is the McElroy Family Clubhouse. McElroy Family Clubhouse. This is the McElroy Family Clubhouse. Home of the McElroy Family Club. Home of the McElroy Family Club. Home of the McElroy Family Club.
Hi, buddies. Welcome to the McElroy Family Clubhouse. We're so happy to have you here. Welcome to our humble hum.
Welcome. What up, Trav Nation? It's me, your middleest brother, Travis Big Dog Wolf McElroy. It's a book clubhouse.
What's up, Trav Nation? It's me, 7-time published author, Griffin McElroy. And at 7 is when you get your signed letter from the president.
Yeah. Of what? We don't know.
Your signed letter from Stephen King.
Mm-hmm. That's a threat.
Hey,
that
now,
one.
Griffin, you're forgetting about the time that George Lucas let you write fan fiction about Jawas.
8-time published. You're right. I got my letter from Joey Bag of
Griffin,
Donuts.
you're forgetting about your Sonic the Hedgehog story that you did.
9 times. Can it
you
be
need to
fun?
move
And we
over
did
here.
the
I
Marvel Journey into Mystery.
10
I need to scoot
times.
you guys here, so I'm looking at you. Now you're over here. That's better.
Amazing.
Yeah, now you're here.
Thank
No,
you
I will
all
also
for-
say we have published, I would say, as far as like, books that would be listed on, say, a New York Times thing. This is our 6th, 7th. 5 of them were New York Times bestsellers. One of them potentially would be. One of them was not.
Yeah.
I'll
That's-
let you guys figure out at home which one it is. But this one,
The
could
one
be.
without dragons and swords and magic in it. It turns out people need that shit in their
the
books.
pictures weren't fun in that one.
The pictures
Yeah.
weren't as fun, but the lessons were huge.
You could get this book though and make us 6 times New York Times bestselling authors.
Justin, where's yours?
What?
If we hold them up in the triangle pattern, that's upside down, you fucking dumb numbskull.
Yeah, like an
This is the book
Illuminati
right here to
thing.
buy.
Yeah.
Look how thick. Look how thick. How many pages
Look,
that is?
oh my god. Griffin, spoilers. You just showed everybody what's in the book.
Oh shit. Don't frame by frame that, because then you won't buy the book. And we
My
desperately
audio's
need to.
inconsistent.
This is Trav, your mic was weird for a second there, but it's better now because of the power of books.
Yeah.
This is the release day of Taz, the Suffering Game, the 6th graphic novel in the Adventure Zone Balance series. And we have got a real barn burner for you here today, folks. It's all about the graphic novel. And so, of course, we have to be joined by our 2 co-collaborators on this exciting project. Welcome, please, to the McElroy Family Clubhouse. Our dad, Clint McElroy, and not our dad, but equally way more
Love.
important, Carey
In a different
Peach.
universe. Yeah, Carey Peach.
Okay,
Yay!
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, welcome.
We really need a canned audio, like audience applause sound, because it's so weird to introduce someone to absolute silence.
Yeah,
I
we-
realize it.
Miggy, hey Miggy, can we work on that, my friend? A little audience applause. It's okay, just whenever it's ready.
You could have clapped too, Miggy. I'm just saying, Miggy, you could have clapped.
Yeah.
Miggy is not equipped.
Miggy can't
to
clap.
slap
The
up
fins
images
don't
to you.
hit down.
Seals
No.
clap. Are you? Oh, you're right.
I
Not
tell you
seal.
what, I would like is a laugh track button. If I could get that over here, that would be great.
That would be huge.
I would just- welcome to the show. Welcome to the clubhouse. What show? Welcome to the clubhouse.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be a part of the book club clubhouse.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you on the book clubhouse.
The book clubhouse.
It's an honor just to be a member of the club book book Clubhouse book.
Technically, Dad, you are the wizard of the Energy Dragon segment, which we
That's true.
haven't
Got
done
promotion.
in maybe a dozen episodes. So
And
I'm
I
not-
also, but I also did the wildly acclaimed Doc Curmudgeon episode that
yeah, hell yeah.
People are still
That's
talking about it. They're teaching
set-
that in media studies classes in colleges all over the world.
it set the internet on fire.
All right.
We have so much fun stuff to plan as we talk about this excellent book. But first, I just want to gush and say that I finished it last week. I've had it for a while, so I probably could have finished it much faster.
Yeah,
but
I
was
love
savoring
seeing what
it.
those guys come up with.
Yeah, man.
And it's so excellent. I'm so proud of it, and I'm so grateful to you, Carey, for all of the outrageous amount of hard work that you put into all of these books. It is an honor to get to make these with you, and I'm just so proud.
Me too.
Me too. I feel like I say this every time, but I really think it shows how much everyone who works on this book, both all of us and everybody at First Second, cares about them.
Yeah,
I think it rules.
We have some, I guess,
Oh,
games, activities.
Well, I
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Can I ask Carey a question? Just like looking at it, I want to start at the very beginning, right?
Okay.
Because we're going to talk about the art and stuff. But this is the sixth one here,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at it, and I'm curious. When you go into a cover design, like how do you decide like what the cover
Yeah.
is going to be, what the
Good
orientation
question,
is?
That's a good question, Trav.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think
Why
I
do you
felt
get
lucky.
surprised?
Yeah. On this one, we were kind of running low on the combinations of the order the main trio could be in on the cover. So because there's 6 books and there's 3 of them, they have now all appeared in all possible combinations that they
Oh,
can
Have
be
you
that's
in.
done?
fun.
Have we done pyramid yet? Too on all fours. One
I
on
Like
mean,
a
each of
human
them?
tower, like a
Yeah.
totem pole.
I haven't done the cover for the next book yet, and you are making some strong pitches. So we'll
Okay,
see what
okay.
design thinks about that.
It's the perfect tone. to
It would be a
close things
hugely
out.
inappropriate book to do a zany one on the cover.
Mhm.
Have we done Human Centipede yet?
Let's do one with.
Oh,
let's
Jesus.
Let's do
Dad
Dirk.
doesn't know what that is. He's like a toddler just quoting something they've heard their parents say. Don't worry about it.
Well, I was just reading. Oh God, no, don't, no, sorry, kidding. No.
Wait,
can
why
I
were
say-
you reading about Human Centipede?
That's
apropos of-
what Dad does in his off time has no place here in the clubhouse. Now, Carey, because one detail that I really like because they've been shut off from Pan, the X on the Extreme Team Bible that Merle has is I think that is a very good detail on the cover, and I really like it, and I wanted to point it out. And I also like Battle Damage Taco. I think it's very cool.
Thank you so much. Everybody loves Wump Taco. I am really sorry to say that the X has been there all along, and
Yeah, I
that
don't
was
think
not,
that's
in
a new
fact, a
thing,
smart
Trav.
design choice this
Yeah.
time
Oh
around. but
man, I
Thank
guess
you
it's for
anyway.
extreme.
This
Yeah.
has been good. This
you took a
has been
you
good.
took a big swing,
Big
and
swing.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could have played along with it, but that's fine. No, that's cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
Carey,
That's-
why didn't
yeah,
you just
thanks
play
for-
along with the wrong
I
thing,
mean,
Travis?
I love compliments, but when they're undeserved, it does feel a little bit rude, especially
That's
when we're going to
fair.
get to see some really special artwork for the comic later in the show, which
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Me too.
But I want to talk about Carrie's art first. Is that okay? Can we do that?
I would love to
We,
do that.
with a skit. What's that?
Yes.
This is a game we played once in a live panel about the graphic novel, in which, well, Carey, why don't you set it up because this is your genius idea that I'm very excited for.
I am so delighted to get to do this again. So if you've attended that virtual launch live stream, you're familiar with the process, but we'll give you a quick overview just in case. Miggy, we can go to the next one. So usually once the script is locked in, all of us plus our brilliant editor, Ben Wilgus, all read the whole book through and give each other notes and talk about what's working and what's not working at 4 big stages. So it's thumbnails, pencils, inks, and colors. Everybody's comics process is different, but that's what works for us. So you can see that the artwork gets a little bit cleaner at every stage, and it's really important that these are all legible to everybody who reads the book, since you can't really give effective notes if you can't understand it. But there is one more stage that I usually draw just for myself that nobody else gets to see, and Miggy, you can show them. That's layouts. So usually,
Pre-thumbs.
yeah,
Yeah.
these are drawn about 1 inch tall. They are very, very tiny, and they are really just a way to try to solve like the overall page composition and panel layout, because that is so important to comics. It's like the backbone of the whole thing. So this is a stage where we are really I say we, it's nobody else's fault. It's my fault. I am prioritizing speed over sense at this case. So as long as I can understand what's going on, it's fine. And even then, it's kind of a struggle. Like I was collecting these with Ben for the launch and was like, man, I don't know. Without the context, I could not tell you what's happening. So I think it's going to be a fun game. It's not reverse WikiHow, but it's like a cousin because we're going to show you the layouts and you're going to try to guess like what the scene is or what the context is for what's actually meant to be going on here. And if chat wants to play along too, I think that would be delightful.
Are these all from book 6? These are
Yes.
all from Suffering Game. Okay.
So these are all from one we've read pretty recently, I hope.
Let's,
But if we're ready, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, we're starting strong.
Come on.
Is this a whole page?
Oh, no. This is just one
Okay.
panel.
I was
That
gonna say
is-
I don't remember this at all.
That looks like on the right, I would guess Merle.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's the
And,
little
Interesting.
top
It's a
knot.
bun.
and Taco
Yeah.
on the left.
I think that's actually Beanie Baldwin falling in love with Mr. Riding Crop, who holds his riding crop, and Beanie Baldwin falls in love with him. I think that's on page 91.
I really want to hear more about this side story, but let's see the final.
It looks like soup. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
paintbrush. Okay, I thought it was a soup ladle.
Oh,
But
soup
a
would be
paintbrush.
good.
Ladle. Okay, I thought Beanie Baldwin was sad because the elf man was dumping all the soup out. But it turns out that's a paintbrush.
And
Obviously.
and fans are going to love this scene because it is the two of them on a date,
Yes, that is
Yeah.
true.
which everybody
That's
has been
gonna sell every-
clamoring for.
And y'all are just I'm not hungry for it. We
for
get it.
just $16.99. You can watch
Let's
these
see.
two.
Wilder Rules says, "Is this Taco and Kravitz?" Chad is behind us a little bit, so I can see their guesses along, and that is the only person I see that nailed it.
That did it
So-
very good.
Damn, well done.
Somebody
I don't
just
actually-
said
I wanna
Taco
say-
presents a small. B said Taco presents a small golf club to Merle. I don't know.
I love that.
The book is
Let's
actually
go back and change it.
the book is $19.99. Unless you're in Canada, it's $26.99. That's according to the back of the book. I didn't want to say the wrong price on the air.
Sorry, Canada.
Sorry, Canada.
Well, it's
All right,
different money.
let's see the next one.
Huh.
This one is, I feel like when I have to label the drawing for my future self, it's a really good sign. So like the little T scrawled there was all I was holding on to.
Okay.
This
Is that a T and that's Taco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
one of two people. Great
and then
job.
I think that's David the gnome in the foreground, but he's seen some shit.
I think
That's
it's,
David. That's a haunted David the gnome. Like you wouldn't believe what I've
I
seen.
think it's Link on a walk of shame.
Is this
Is there a wave happening? Is that
You're right about hand. Let's see the final. Yeah, this one changed a little
Harry?
in the final. I know. So it's we changed the composition so it doesn't really feel like a fair assessment. But obviously, if the elf was there in the foreground, you would have gotten it. So that one's my bad. Let's see
so
the next
that's
one.
Magnus on the
like
right?
in your
Mhm.
brain?
Yeah, no, he's just holding a hand
I
up.
thought we
You
were
know,
friends.
This is like those things you see where it's like give an artist an hour, give an artist 10 minutes, and then give an
Yeah.
artist 10 seconds. So these
Yeah.
are the 10 seconds versions of it.
May,
we're
may
lucky if it's 10 seconds. These
may
are
I
less than that.
may I also point out that Payback is
Oh
hell.
god, the amount of crow we're gonna eat on this
Yeah.
I'm
episode,
so
Mac,
I'm
is gonna
so
be-
excited. I
Let's
cannot
go
wait.
easy. Let's go
Mhm.
easy on.
Never.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Now this is Taco's trying to pluck a chicken.
Okay. I like the energy. I'm a little confused about the chicken, but let's
See
hear
the
some more
wing
guesses.
flapping.
Okay. I
That's
mean, you've
Taco-
got the gesture down. It is somebody flapping something.
This looks familiar. I think that's Merle. He's got a Merle kind of
with a
silhouette.
ponytail, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's definitely an angry Taco on the left. So Merle is like gesticulating about something, like I'm upset about something, and Taco's like me too, or something like. And then Magnus is kind of in the middle, like I'm also here.
I'm going to say that
Or-
2 out of 3 isn't bad. Oh no, let's hear Clint's guess.
Is this right before they rush into the game?
Ooh, no, let's go ahead and see it. We
I
got
think
2
it's
out of 3
Barrett.
with people
Oh,
and
it's a 3.
gestures.
Oh, dang it.
Oh yeah.
Some of these panels have been photoshopped lightly to remove spoilers, but read the book and
Okay.
you'll find out why.
Can I just say, Carrie, for it being a quick just layout thing, the eye and like the face layout of Taco is dead on.
Yeah,
It's better
what it
than
looks
we
like.
could do, which will be extremely
Demonstrated.
evident.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see it, but I feel like sometimes you get lucky and a gesture just happens to be exactly the right energy. I often
Yeah.
feel like I'm trying to get that energy back, especially if it's something especially silly or frenetic, because it's easy to do it fast. All right, Miggy, let's see the next one, please.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Now, I think that might be Angus because there is a gentleness to that face. There's a boyish charm there.
Yeah, but I see down-facing pointy ears, which to me is Carrie's shorthand for this is what taco
This
is.
is an elf, sure.
It does kind of look like maybe is it somebody setting up their first laptop?
Is it
that what's happening?
Taco finding the flaming, raging, poisoning sword of doom at Fantasy Costco?
Ooh,
that might be Garfield showing something. Maybe.
I feel like the non-human is going in the correct direction out of all of these guesses. This is also cheating because the composition did change in the final slightly, but I think the energy is still there. Does anybody have a final guess?
Trying to think of other non
Taco on Home Shopping Network.
I mean, I love that one so much. Let's see the final. So bear, I love that the gentle face is in fact the horrible bear in the foreground. This is cheating because we did rotate it. I could not figure out a way to make that initial layout work tragically, but I'm going to forever remember this as the gentle faced bear.
Gentle faced bear. He looks so nice.
Yeah, no, he's a nice guy. It's a shame
people
he
are
died.
probably racking their brains trying to remember what bear is in this part of the story.
You'll see.
You'll
That's
see.
the bear.
Yeah. All right, next one, please.
Okay.
Well,
okay, this is Garfield. I see the pointy ears. This is Taco getting the raging, flaming, poisoning sword of doom. That's the spike in the box, and Taco being like, "What about that?" And Garfield being like, "That."
Oh, that?
Around.
I cannot believe how on point you are. Let's see the final.
incredible.
Yeah.
Exactly
Iconic.
correct.
Amazing.
Fantastic
Amazing.
work.
Perfection.
Amazing guess. Clear reading. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Let's see what's next.
Well, the ears helped. It was either Garfield or Batman, and I went
Yeah.
Garfield.
Hell yeah.
This
is
This is Taco.
Fire. This is fire right here.
Thank you so much.
Taco.
You can tell that I wrote the word fire because it was not clear to me what I meant.
Oh man, I have a guess, but I feel like it would be a spoiler.
You want to give me the character that it is?
Lou?
No.
No, the character in the picture is Taco.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Hell yeah.
Is this Taco with the slicer of To Pier Weir Isles?
That is 100% correct. Let's see the final.
Oh, that amazing classic image.
How
Oh,
did you now when you had to draw with the slicer of To Pier Weir Isle? I don't think me or Justin ever said what it is, or the person who sent in that magic item back when we still took magic.
Yeah, it
item
wasn't
descriptions.
described at all. How did you come up with something?
Well, I went and I rooted around in the cutlery junk drawer in the kitchen and I found a pizza cutter. I was like,
It's a
great.
slicer.
It's
Yeah.
this. It's a slicer. It's for
Frick,
pizza.
that's
It's fine.
good.
That's really good.
Dang,
yeah.
that's good, man. That's really good.
Why is that now? Why is there an enchanted pizza slicer that you can convince someone is worth any value? Why would that enchantment be placed on a pizza slicer of all? I don't know, man.
Can I remind you again that I did not do the podcast and that is in fact your
That's
fault.
true. That's a fair point.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
Taz, baby.
Yeah.
It's Taz.
Let's see the next one.
That's
the
Edward
twins.
Lydia.
Yeah. This one is kind of a gimme, but I feel like it is important to
So
show their
good.
initial draft. Cheers. I'm so excited for everyone to meet the twins. They are horrible and fun.
They're so awful.
Let's do the next one. Oh, this is good.
This is the dating game.
Ooh.
Is it?
It feels like it's part
I'll
of that.
entertain other guesses.
I think
That feels like it's the dating game.
you
then,
say
but-
still got it.
Yeah, it does say still got it, and there is big cheering hands. So let's see the final. Dead on, 100%. This is the dating game. Good
I love
job.
what of Wonderland had to be featured in the book. I feel like there was a faction of people within our organization who were like, well, we have to do the dating game.
Yeah.
Not naming any names, but I think they made a good point, and it turned out fantastic. So good
Yeah.
job, us. Next one, please.
Oh, that's
Oh.
when he turned into the
That's
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Dupree.
Dupree.
Damn,
Dupree.
I really thought this was going to be harder, but 100% correct. Let's see the
The
final.
dinosaur wearing the wizard hat you thought was going to be hard for us to decipher.
I gotta say, when I look back at these, I look at the layouts and not the finals, like picking the funniest layouts to go on. And I had to look back at the final book to figure out what the hell I meant. So I
God,
really
it's such
did.
a good, that's such a good take on Dupree. It's
I-
terrifying.
I appreciate
Totally
the
fun.
sort of the biologically accurate feathered dinosaur journey that you it's very Monster Hunter in a way.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely looked at that, but I will say it is a fantasy T-Rex. So if you notice any scientific inaccuracies, it's because it's a
It's
fantasy
okay.
T-Rex.
It
It
no
can
no
talk.
difference.
So like if you're looking
Yeah.
for issues, that would be the
Came to the
first
wrong
one.
place.
It was created by Taco. Like, do you think Taco in his mind's eyes, like perfectly accurate scientific alien? No. come on.
No way.
Also an excellent point. Next one, please.
Oh, the wheel.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah.
The
Okay.
wheel of suffering.
We've thought about this one too.
We
I
are
think it's
really
just
good at
there's so much
seeing
iconography.
We
Yeah.
are at the developmental stage where we're like really good at spotting wheels. No,
Yeah.
we get those almost every
I
time.
like that it kind of looks like an extremely threatening magical version of the spinner from the Game of Life. That you use.
Mm.
That is
I
was-
absolutely in there.
There's some Trivial Pursuit around the outside too, with
I love
and
that.
I love that.
anticipation. But that might just be where my own head goes.
No, I feel like the spinners from board games are definitely a part of the DNA of the Wheel of
Yeah.
Sacrifice, so that's in there for sure.
It kicks ass.
Hell yeah. Next one, please. Oh,
Oh well.
I think you should all be very familiar with this one, so I'll be surprised if you do not get it.
Oh man, now you can't say shit like that, Carrie.
I'm
Really
allowed.
puts us on the spot.
Oh, is this ours off stretch?
Oh,
No, this is
No, I know what
Magnus
it is.
dragging Taco into
Oh.
Wonderland as Merle watches.
it's little-
100%.
Yep.
Let's see the final.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh.
Hey, for reasons
Interesting.
that'll be apparent later, that's terrible news for me.
Yeah, that's
personally. I
really
don't know how the
good.
other- That's
Yeah.
really good.
Oh.
Good.
and
Yeah. There's a lot
It's
of things-
interesting.
Huh.
A lot of people don't think about this.
Mhm.
It's fucking super hard to draw someone carrying someone else. It's hard to draw one body. To draw two bodies intertwined is
Yeah.
actually not something that most human beings can do.
Yeah.
It is in fact a challenge, but I will remind you that you did write the script. I think my favorite part of this is Merle's face because it's just a good expression of like something is happening here, and I'm just gonna
Merle
let it be.
Merle remains the anchor of
Yeah.
reaction faces of
Yeah.
this entire series.
2 dots in a line, baby. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
we do. With,
I just want to
with
say,
Merle.
in retrospect, Carrie,
Mhm.
and we're we're almost done. We should have made the scenes a lot more people standing still, facing forward,
Facing forward, no
Like-
movement.
Talking
not
heads
showing their
movement,
hands, not
Yeah.
standing
showing
in
their
front of like a
hands.
blue sky.
Or if they
on
do
green
show their
ground.
hands, their fingers
Pockets.
stand out like this,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
held all together.
Mittens,
Like
Or they're, like,
mittens is really a
in
classic.
Fists
Oh,
under
that's
their
good.
arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands in pockets. I do that one a lot, honestly, when it
Yeah.
gets to be too much.
I
I would like
Yeah.
the viewers to look at this panel and then forget how
forget
good
what
it
it looks like.
Forget what it looks
Oh
Forget
like.
yeah,
what it
no,
looks like.
you should only be looking at the layout. I feel like that's the most important part here.
Right. Yeah.
No,
That's,
even
that's the
that's
energy
better.
we're going to carry forward.
Even that's better than what I did.
Hmm.
I can't wait. I'm
right.
so excited. Let's see the next one. We're coming to the end of these.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that is Homer Simpson.
Mhm.
It's not Homer Simpson.
Talking to
Wait.
Tammy Pterodactyl,
Yeah.
the pterodactyl that comes out of the head.
No, it's Carrie and Killian. It's Carrie
That's
and
Carrie and
Killian.
Killian.
Do we have
Oh.
any additional guesses?
Yes, I do. It's Chekhov from Wrath of Khan.
No, I
Come
got
on.
it.
when
All
he
right.
said
when
it
Carrie
was
comes in-
creatures in our bodies.
It's when Carrie punches Magnus.
Oh, that is a really strong guess, and I feel like I see the energy that you're picking up on. It is very similar, but let's see the final. No, it is unfortunately
Oh.
Angus being seen through a glass darkly and almost being
Oh.
terrified.
Oh right. Oh god, that's such a good bit. I love
yeah,
it.
it is funny.
We're allowed
Uh,
to say that about our own shit on Release Day.
100%. This is the book club.
We can be self-effacing the rest of our lives, but on book release day, we get to toot our own horns.
Yeah, it's the book's birthday. It's like your human birthday when you get a free pass to say whatever
Exactly.
you want about yourself in a positive manner. Let's see the next one. Oh, this is the end. Yeah, thank you, Miggy.
Ah.
Yeah, really.
Hmm.
A lot of much to
Wait.
consider.
It's somebody
Okay.
holding something out, presenting.
It's Taco. Look at the
something.
nose. It's Taco holding
Mhm.
the
Do we want a hint? Do you want to know what the letters are that I've scrawled horribly next to the thing?
Yeah.
DS. Is it
The
his
letters are
Nintendo DS?
PS.
PS. It's not his Nintendo DS.
Tragically, no. That's a different book.
He wants to show everybody his Nintendogs.
Mhm.
No, no, I got nothing.
No.
Void fish.
Points
Ooh,
fish.
Interesting.
We
Yeah,
cut
I know. I
that.
like the poid fish with the P and the S. Let's see the final.
Poidsish.
The pocket
Oh,
spot.
Pocket spot.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. Very good.
very
Those
good.
are delightful and so good. It's always so fun to see this deep into the primordial
Yeah.
essence.
I'll
of
tell
the
you
art.
honestly, Carrie, I didn't know this part was allowed to do, and I can see why
Mm-hmm.
it would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
do.
can Carrie walk us through this process? Because it seems like deciding where all the shit goes in the drawing,
You're doing that almost before you draw a leg.
and that's
Yeah.
great.
For me, yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people just start by drawing a
Leg.
side profile of a head, and then
Mhm.
they work out from
You make
there.
everything else fit around it. Yeah,
That's
you can in
irrelevant.
fact draw bad first. Is the thing that I would love everyone to do more of. Is you can just do a drawing bad and fast, and then if it
Okay.
works, you can
Don't
stop.
you worry about that. We
Yeah,
did
then-
plenty of drawing
Okay,
back.
I guess,
Alright.
Carrie, my question would be following that up.
Mm.
Is when you do the bad drawing, it looks like then you do the whole drawing over again. Do you not worry
Mm.
about having to do work 2 times?
I mean,
Sometimes
unfortunately,
3.
it is in fact 3 or 4 times, and then we do color it, so even more than that.
But have
it's
you
all part of the
considered
process.
just drawing it once
drawing it right the
over-
first time?
for a couple hours on a
Mhm.
weekend night and then being done with the thing?
I mean, the thing is that I do really want to see an edition of the books that is drawn in exactly that manner, but might have to wait a couple years and come back to that one. It sounds great.
I feel like we should move on to
Yeah,
the,
we've been
to the-
foreshadowing
to the
this
thing
enough.
we've been
Should we get to
foreshadowing
it?
it for
Okay.
so
Really?
long.
I mean, no, let's dwell
So
on this. for a
here's
little
what
longer.
it was.
I want Carrie and Ben. I want Carrie to set up what Carrie and Ben sort of
Mm.
have devised here for us.
The play. So the title that I pitched for this, which I don't think we went with, was Carrie's Revenge, which is really the vibe of the entire thing. So we had talked with kind of behind the scenes about coming up with a page of the script. I think Amanda and Sarah proposed this, and it was a brilliant idea. It might have come from you guys, in which case, thank you so much for this gift. I am so grateful. We picked out, Ben and I, a page of script, and we sent along with it all of the background designs and character designs and a little bit of context for where the scene was. And then we asked you guys to kind of wait at least a month since the last time you had actually read the book, and then take a pass at drawing that scene from the script to finals. So we did ask for text. I think the only other important note we made was that you are allowed to use child labor, but you do have to live with the consequences of that if you ask your children for help.
Our
and
children.
then
God,
your
it's so
children.
vital that you
Yeah. No.
make that clear. Yeah.
Very important distinction. Yeah, for sure.
We don't go on Kid Fiverr where you pay
No.
kids $5 to draw.
We're
one.
not
Actually-
Roblox. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Actually, over on Kid Fiverr is just tour because you don't have to give them so much.
Sure,
They're just
yeah.
kids.
Yeah. So now we are going to get to see the results. I had to bail because I am incapable of judging a best comic because I think all drawings rule. So I think the audience is going to decide the winner of this game, which I know is a bit of a cop out, but I am really excited to talk about all the pages with you guys.
I didn't even,
if
I didn't even
memory
know there was
serves-
going to be a winner. Honestly, I thought this was just art.
I
If
would
memory-
love it if we did not have to pick a winner, but I was told that was mandatory.
Miggy, if you can confirm this for me, I believe the drawings are not labeled, and so
Yeah.
then they are not labeled. Carrie can
Okay.
guess.
So don't
who-
identify yours when it comes up.
Well,
Yes.
that's not okay.
I think after the guess,
That's not
we
going to
can-
be a very good call. Okay, we'll let Carrie guess first. All right.
We'll let
all
Carrie guess, and then we'll
Ooh.
explain our.
I have
individual-
genuinely never seen any drawing or handwriting work from any of you. So this is going to be, I feel like there's no way for me to guess this that isn't going to come across as hurtful, but I'm really excited to see it
won't be
anyway.
hurtful because it's just the.
It's all
three-
good
Who,
art.
yeah.
It's-
Who
Yeah.
would I
Yeah.
be hurt by if you mistaked my art for theirs?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Art is subjective. Let's see the first one.
Ooh,
Cool.
hang on. Oh, I love this so much. I have to pull up the stream so I can actually see it big. So it is going to be a bit of a delay for me to actually see
Can you
the whole
describe
page.
the scene, Carrie, that you chose
Yes.
for
So
us?
the script page that we chose was the one that we saw earlier. So Taco and Magnus and Merle have all been waiting outside Wonderland. Magnus has rushed on ahead into Wonderland. Taco and Merle are kind of standing outside talking about should we or shouldn't we go in? What's going on? Magnus comes back, picks Taco up. Sorry, I've just seen the page and I'm so delighted. And then Magnus runs into Wonderland while Merle reacts in the background. So now I can see this page on screen. Let's talk about this page. I love it so much.
Who
I
do you
can
think
tell.
it is, Carrie?
Oh no, I'm going to talk about it first. We're not going to
Okay.
make a guess until the end. I love that this person thought about the lettering and left some clear spaces where the comics were meant to work with the text. I think there's a really clear flow of reading direction on the page. Like you can follow the balloons kind of curving up and around and then back down towards the lower panels.
I love Merle's underwear.
I love Merle's big underwear.
Merle's entire situation is one of my favorite things about this. I love his reaction when Taco is swooped. I think I really love how clear the action is of Taco being lifted up out of panel. It is a bit of a mystery what's happening to swoop him. Like a pterodactyl could have flown down and picked him up.
Well, Merle's so surprised he had to put his hands behind his back.
You do see Magnus coming out like the Yeti in Ski Free in panel 3 to pick.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm
Taco.
noticing a lot of hands obscured by a lot of things. If you start, if you look too close.
I like Suns Out, Guns Out Taco looking so rough and tumble in the first panel also.
Yeah, no, that is fantastic.
Fuck it up.
The sound effects are also great, and I love that you made room for them because I think that is an underappreciated part. And I really like that you can see what I think is Taco and Merle through the panel. So you've kind of got this effect of they're kind of distorted a little bit by the panel as Magnus is coming back through it in the second panel there. I think that rules. That is a really cool thing to try. Man, I really thought I was going to be able to tell based on who was laughing the most or who made the most prevarications about where the hands were. Can I guess Griffin?
No, not me.
Damn. Okay.
I bet I know who it is.
Yeah, take it away, please.
I believe this is Justin's artwork.
Yeah,
This
he
is
signed
my
it at the
artwork.
bottom.
Yeah, I signed
So
it.
you
Oh,
did?
wow.
I didn't even notice that.
Damn.
Chat really interesting split on that vote. Almost exactly wrong. Really good, guys.
I do love. I also would have known even if you hadn't signed it because of how much love and care I would say is put into Taco's face in the top and bottom panels. And then if you look at Magnus's face in the kind of middle left panel there, he's just a big kind of guy.
Man, Trav, I hope you're not expecting a lot of lovingly rendered depictions of Magnus in these panels because
Yeah.
And to be fair, he is kind of a big guy. Like that is one of his main characteristics. So I feel like that shorthand works great.
The last
Juice?
pan. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Mac. No, I'd love to hear what you.
I was just going to say that. How did you make the choice in the last word balloon to have him say
careful.
"son of a bitch" instead of "defying gravity"?
Okay, so the thing is, Mac, I only have X number of crayons at my disposal, and that
okay.
was you
That was
don't know what
medium.
color they're going to be until you start drawing on the page, which is something I'm sure Carrie struggles with all the time. When you start drawing with it, you don't know what color it's going to be exactly. You can kind of judge. So you just start drawing on the page. You got to live with whatever you get.
And you'd already used the light blue and the explosion thing on the side.
Thank you,
so.
Dad.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I love that text kind of fades into a lighter color as he's being dragged away. Like that is a really smart use of the space and the sound together, and I love that.
Very proud of that.
Yeah, can we hear about what you're the most satisfied with in this piece, and if
think-
there's anything you would do
I
differently
need to
next
see
time?
the whole piece to remind myself.
Yeah.
Merle's expression came out very good.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
wish I had done the first page last because the first panel last because Tacos is obviously the worst there. It's quite bad. So I wish I had done that later when I had sort of it took me, and Carrie, I'm sure you'll sympathize with this. It took me 5 panels to figure out my creative style.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
did,
that's
but-
going to be true. I bet you're going to see a lot of changing of style from one to five
I
on
have
Artwork.
different. Yeah, I've had more animated periods. I had a period where
A
I had
blue
an idea for this.
period, a crayon period.
Yeah,
exactly.
I definitely had a period where I realized, oh shit, I haven't drawn anything in like 20 years.
Yeah.
But then by the end, I was like, I've drawn a lot very recently.
Yeah.
Ah,
comics.
Okay, wait, hold on. Stop everything. I was
What?
looking through the quote of I was looking through the chat, and Sarah Mills asked, "Please tell us what is up with the plunger." And I was like, "What?" And then I realized it's right
He's got a
there.
huge plunger.
So this is part of an unrealized seek and find puzzle. I actually was going to do a bunch of hidden object
Lots of
gags.
difference.
So you did find the one that remained, the plunger. Good job.
That's his pauldron, a stick and his pauldron. Those are two unrelated objects,
No,
right?
that's
think
the
it's a
belt holding his
strap.
pauldron
The
on.
strap, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes, okay.
Honestly, I gotta say, turning a pauldron in 3D space sucks. I have made one in Blender, but I think that is an excellent pauldron.
And then the hot
and
pocket
even-
envelope underneath there.
And even, oh, Mac. Yeah, I love this, guys. Please, I'm just eating your energy like some sort
Go
of
to the
like
next one, Justin.
Goku guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next one. Justin's had enough. Oh.
Miggy has told me that I have these in my email, so hang on while I pull these up. I'm excited to see them up close and personal. Oh wow!
Now this is interesting
because I feel like you can see. Okay, to me, because I can speak on this, right? Because we know mine, so
Yes.
I'm out. To me, I feel a huge Jack Kirby. It's like Silver Age, Golden Age influence here. I feel a lot of classic lines and colors, a lot of classic expressions here. I think it's dad. I really feel like it's dad.
I feel like a
Griffin.
Frank
Travis, you
Frazetta
can't say that,
energy
Travis.
off of Magnus. Yeah, no, please don't false flag this. But I really think the attention to the musculature and the overall shape of the body is making me think this is someone who might have drawn comics before, or at least drawn some beefy dudes, which rules. Again, I love that there's room for the text and the sound effects, and that the sound effects are integrated into the drawing. That is a really important part of comics. And unfortunately, that does also make me think that it might be Clint. Because he is the master of sound effects when it comes to help everybody. I need help finding sound effects. He is always there with one. I love, again, there's a really clear reading order and layout. I think I'm interested to see if everybody's ended up with the same 4 shorter panels and then one big splash one.
There's no other way to do it. Think about it.
It's an odd number, Carrie. One of the panels is going to be
the middle
big.
one could be big.
I hate to tell you that you could do 2 and 3 or 3 and 2, but there are in fact many other ways you could have laid out this page. However, I'm excited to see how it shakes out.
Should the big box have been taller? Is that what you're saying? You could also make the bottom box
kind of sideways a little bit on
you
an
can
angle.
get weird with
5.
it. Yeah. No, listen, it's comics. There's no wrong way to lay it out. So I'm excited to see how it happened.
Can we go back to talking about how good this page is?
Sure.
I mean, it does have a lot of really strong points. I think there's a lot of attention paid to color and maybe matching the reference, which is interesting. Because I was really curious about if everybody was going to go traditional, or if anyone was going to go digital with coloring and layout. But I like the variety of mark making in this one. That is really cool to see. I am going to guess that it's Clint. Which feels like cheating at this point.
It is. Now, there was a clue in there in the sound effects.
Is it the backwards VoIP?
Yep.
The backwards VoIP is extremely good.
Yeah.
Going through that, he's going through it.
It makes a VoIP sound when you go backwards.
When it comes back,
it just makes sense.
So now, my clue to you, because it's
yours.
Like,
I will say
that a clue.
Dad,
you said it was a clue.
The breadcrumb.
Dad's the only one who can spell backwards.
Dad, the breadcrumb trail that I followed to figure out who made this art is that you omitted, I believe, a couple lines of dialogue from this 4th panel.
Interesting.
Entirely, which is part of the process. Part of the process is sometimes you look at the script, you say, this is extraneous, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
Typically,
wait
you
a
don't
minute, wait a minute. What dialogue did I omit?
Wait,
Taco talks to Merle and says, I'm not typically sure about entering yawning Stygian portals into, and then he gets cut off by Magnus.
Hey, as long as we're talking, Dad, let's talk about how the Master of Lettering definitely didn't leave space for an uppercase L, and was just like, no, mind, I'm just gonna make it brief. I put the letters in the wrong place. I'm just gonna bet what?
It's not an L.
It's an I. It's a backwards.
Yeah, no. I'm saying I'm not sure your placement was intentional, Dad. I'm not sure I buy it. I think you just started scribbling on it.
Can we actually go to the last panel?
So
I want to focus on the last panel for a moment. Because if I'm understanding, Magnus has picked Taco up by the crotch. If I'm looking at the layout correctly.
With one arm by
it's
the
like
thigh.
a reverse fireman's carry.
Yeah.
But like with Taco's balls fully on Magnus's shoulder. If I'm looking
Picking up art is hard.
That's one leg behind, one leg in front.
It's so fucking awful.
Jacob said that I'm pretty sure Justin left that speech out too. I didn't leave any text out.
No. Justin did it right. This looks like Magnus is doing a Heisman Trophy pose, but with a huge elf instead of a
Let's talk about the hand now.
Can we get a close-up on Taco's hand?
I had the guts to put a hand in, and you're going to gripe about it?
Oh, it's a hand. Man.
Is that a hand? I
figured there's a palm and 5 fingers.
Yeah, I guess.
If you put a little eye there, then it's an alien coming out of his sleeve.
Okay, that's all right. That's
That's
all right.
cool.
But
That's
you
all
see
right.
why I was defending your color choice. This light blue was not.
No,
Makes
yeah,
Taco
no,
look like the bottom of a pool.
No one's
Yeah,
gotten it quite right
and,
yet.
yeah, and the leg is a little different from the hand, which is always interesting to see.
Well,
The
it doesn't
hand
get
is
as much
tight.
sun.
Okay.
It's milky white, milky blue taco thighs.
Clint, I want to ask you the same questions of what are you the happiest with in this page, and is there anything you would do differently the next time you make a comic? Because we will do this again, so watch out.
I think I would learn how to draw feet and legs of people.
I just want to say that this is very good.
Yeah.
I don't
no
want to. I
feet.
don't want to let it get away. I enjoy it.
Oh, I see. You didn't draw feet and legs, is what you're saying. You just felt. Well,
No, I
no, I
would-
see a foot and
Yeah,
one leg.
Taco's got 2 legs and
yeah,
feet.
I need
I
to
gotta-
draw them better.
Dad,
Yeah.
I gotta say though, as a artist myself, the foot in the first panel is actually quite good. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had the courage to do that where you're like seeing it from the back. That's really hard to do.
You put some foreshortening stank on it, and I think it works.
Yeah.
Right.
So you
Thank
got a
you,
term for
Carey.
it already that you came up with. All
I
right.
think I
didn't
would
know.
also learn how to make Magnus's arm bending.
Yeah.
That is tricky.
That's tricky.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll take photos of myself. No one will ever see these because they are more cursed than the layouts, but I do have like a horrible archive of myself doing poses for reference, like when I get to the pencil stage, but those are truly so cursed that maybe if we become New York Times #1 bestsellers again in the future, I would show 1 or 2 of them, but they're bad
I
to
mean,
see.
when?
Dad,
When? I'm so
when, yeah,
sorry.
exactly.
Your faces in that second panel are really good.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
really
panel.
good.
That-
Yeah.
that's my
It's a
favorite
great
panel.
expression.
Magnus looks terrible. Magnus is making
Yeah.
terrifying.
Magnus has been living in a cave for a long time.
Yeah.
How long was he in that portal?
Can we
Right.
see the next image, please?
Mm.
Huh.
Ah.
Wait a
It's
minute.
really a mystery.
Wait, hold on.
Who could have drawn it?
Now, see, this is interesting because artistically, I'm definitely seeing it. I feel like I think there have been. Is it maybe the scan? Hey, Miggy, I think we had an issue with the scan
Must have. Yeah.
of this one. In the scanning process, this one.
This one picked up some text that
Yeah,
was
hey,
unexpected.
Just unexpectedly, though, Griffin is winning the poll in chat. Thank you, chat, for never disappointing. You're
Yes,
always
deep-
there right when I
deep-
need you.
Yeah, I'm playing 4D chess with this one.
Mhm.
So, what do you like, Carrie? What's good?
I mean, I think I again.
This person invented Schlorp? Why?
Why change that part?
Why
That's
change
my
it to
question.
Schlorp?
And why didn't you have it reversed when he comes back? Oh, you do. Reverse
It
Schlorp.
does say reverse Schlorp. So
Yeah.
can't
the
leave any
attention to
part of it
detail is
untouched.
fantastic.
Schlorp?
I think I really like the variation in like the camera placement. Like some of these panels were really zooming out. I love that you can see Wonderland. You're really setting the scene in this establishing shot.
Yeah,
Then we're
I
getting
like-
these close-ups on the characters when they're saying these deeply moving things about
Yeah.
Magnus. It's really like you can really feel it in their
I
expressions.
really like in the fourth panel where the children of the world have stopped believing in Taco and he's started fading away.
Right.
I think that's such a moving moment.
Yeah.
There's so
Bye.
much hubris on display here. I think drawing the inside of Wonderland, someone trying to get fucking extra credit with Carrie is a bold choice.
I love that Merle is not in fact visible in the scene, but does have an inset panel just to say, I wish Magnus was my dad. I think that's really important to, again, the tone of Wonderland that we're trying to set is really clear on display here.
Especially since Merle doesn't have his eye patch yet. In
Uh-oh,
time.
continuity
error.
Travis.
Okay, to be fair, I did mess that one up. I lost track of when the eye patch and some limbs and some fingers were present or absent throughout the book, and I did need Ben to help me track them by the final point. So I can't really remove any points for that one. It happens sometimes.
It was also in the reference. Whoever's page this is, the
Oh.
references we were sent.
I
from
see.
Carrie
So it's
did
my
have the
fault,
eye patch.
is what you're telling me.
No, I'm not saying this is my page. This could be anybody's page.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mhm.
it couldn't.
Did mine have an eye patch? Shit, now I'm trying to think if mine had eye patch.
Again,
Mine had
I
an
think
iPad.
an iPad. I see.
Oh, fuck.
I really like that we get to see so many different angles on this. I think
Mhm.
thinking about like the flow of the page and keeping the reader's interest, it is cool to get to zoom in and out a little bit and come into details when they're important. Like you can see Magnus grabbing his shirt. I will say for the next time, whoever this person is, one of the things about comics that it's really hard to internalize is that you kind of like to show, not tell the reader what's happening.
Yeah.
So like here we can see that the Magnus is grabbing his shirt. And I will say it does add a little bit of flavor to know that it is so important to Taco in this moment that he has to
be
tell
grabbed.
the reader that it's happening.
Right.
So I take it back. That's a totally fine artistic choice and I'm on board for it.
No plunger though. That's right. No plunger.
No plunger. Damn.
One tiny clue is that this is the sort of person that would get bored drawing the sky parts to a point where they just didn't do it for a lot of it.
Yeah.
They know that sky's supposed to be there because they
Yeah.
do some of it, but then they're like, oh, this is so boring. I gotta do anything else.
It's almost like this person also, if I'm looking, got really excited drawing Magnus's beefy arm and
Yeah.
maybe spent a lot of time.
Jesus
on
Christ.
that.
The definition on that, the vascularity on my
Yeah.
boy Magnus.
And maybe got way into that because it started looking real good. And he, whoever he is, was like, this is now my magnum opus.
Yeah, the Magnus opus.
Magnus
opus,
Magnus opus. I'm gonna focus on this.
Definition on the bottom of the arm. Look at the bandana. It's like frayed.
It's insane. It looks so good.
Yeah, no, this slaps. It looks like Trogdor himself is reaching in from off.
Yeah.
screen.
It's a literal flex.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely it is.
Yeah. But again, like part of comics is knowing what the focal point of your page is and finding a way to direct the reader's eye. So I feel like the paneling here, like there's the illustrative elements in the panel borders, and that really helps you direct your eye to Magnus's arm. So I am kind of assuming that that was the authorial intent here, that the goal is to really, really linger on that one element. But maybe the person who made this can speak to like what the goal was with the storytelling choices. made in
Surprise,
this
guys!
panel.
It was mine.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
The 45% of our audience that thought I drew this.
So I did.
You're very
many
close.
different ones. I did a layout one first.
Yes, show them, please.
Oh, where is it? I don't know where my layout one is, but I did a layout one, and then I did pencils. And I was telling Justin beforehand, I actually drew a large size of the tent, so that I
Oh,
could
hell
get,
yeah.
Wow.
the layout of it right. And then I realized I didn't have to put the dumb words that we had written before,
Yeah.
and I could put any
Mm.
words there.
That
Mm.
feels like cheating, though. I wanted to make changes too.
Oh,
but I
let's
didn't
not.
want-
Hey, we're having fun here. Let's not try to enforce any kind of rules or standards on the things that we submit.
And then I realized that really this scene, there was a lot of bitching about what Magnus was doing when
Oh,
he
yeah.
was the one kind of moving the plot forward.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
New
so if we could
direction.
kind of focus on that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
a whole new tone.
so that became in many ways more than the sky.
Can we see
Also,
Griffin?
colored pencils don't show up great in a scan,
They
and
are
you can
hard
also
skin.
see where
Oh, hey, Trav. Some of them did, eh? Huh.
where I kept forgetting which colors of purple I use for different things on Taco.
That's cool.
His
That's
clothes
lighting.
just
That's
has
shading.
different colors.
Yeah, color is really more about emotion than about being literal with
Yeah,
local
kinda
color. So I think that's
prismatic.
totally cool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I want to see Griffin's.
Oh, I want to ask
Like-
Travis, to be fair, what are you the most pleased with in this scene?
If it's
And
not
is there
that
anything you
fucking
learned to
arm,
do
man.
differently next
Oh,
time?
the arm outside
Yeah.
of the arm. I really like Taco's face at the top right panel.
That is
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
very good.
I absolutely love seeing half in and half out of the portal, and I think that's fun.
It is.
And I was really proud of that. And I liked how Kawhi Merle turned out in the bottom panel. That was good.
He is
I like the cute.
The expressions are great. I like that Taco in that top right panel looks furious at being forced to say that he's the coolest. I think.
Yeah,
that really
I like
captures,
drew the
the
face
energy of
before I
page.
did the line. I was like, well,
A happy accident. And
Yeah.
is there anything you would do differently next time?
nope.
Nope.
All right, we've heard it. Let's move on.
More arms. Huh.
Okay.
Wait. The words aren't on this one.
As much as I have begged,
Oh, wait. Tom, Miggy, I did send a version with the words on it. But you can just imagine the lettering was incredible.
I bet it was so good.
No, we'll see it. We'll see it. We can focus on the art this way. Now, Griffin,
Yes.
we're all going to ask about panel 4, so why don't I be the first?
Mhm.
I had to draw the part where Magnus grabbed Taco. I tried drawing it a bunch of times.
Uh-huh.
And it's really hard to draw a picture of someone grabbing another person, as we've all, I think, discussed and agreed
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I thought maybe it would be easier to do a sort of multimedia
Mm.
presentation version of this.
Huh.
Now, I just want to say, I've been sitting here staring at this, and without words, this tells a horrifying story. Specifically, the last panel there is haunting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little.
What
And this
is that?
giving- what's that comic where it's like, the two standing up and then one lying down, one standing up, and then like this is giving very much that.
Oh, you can't call
web
this
comic.
loss. This is not loss.
I'm just saying that there is a certain geometric layout here that one
You-
could repeat.
Yeah.
The
can't-
dragging away of Merle's friend Taco by this
Yeah.
horrible Noid-like beast that has
Yeah.
appeared in panel 3.
You can also say a lot of stuff about Griffin. You cannot say that he did not turn that smile into an unhappy.
Okay, yeah. So in the
Yeah.
stock
Yeah.
photo I used,
Yeah.
one, I made some pretty subtle changes to make it
Mhm.
match the art.
Yeah.
You'll notice the blue hue that has been used, and perhaps the red pinkish dye used on the gentleman's beard and hair. Thank you so much. There's
Okay,
that.
Ah.
Now it all makes sense. And the woman was smiling in the original picture. And so what I decided to do was to turn that frown into a frown by reversing it to sort of more accurately match the emotion that I thought that Taco would be exhibiting.
Yeah, and I feel like, that is a big part of comics is you kind of have to be the actors and really think about what's going through the character's head in this panel. And I think that really comes across in this particular Photoshop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
I
talk to
wanna-
our lawyers. I need
Yeah.
to know if Griffin's changed the image in 4 enough that we can make a T-shirt out of that with just swoop across it. Because it's making me wildly happy to look at.
No, I am delighted when I look at this image. I want to really celebrate running Magnus in panel 3, who is just really like the energy of this gesture is really powerful, and I think it's really fantastic. But also the contrast between that and his face in the final panel is really scaring me a little bit.
So I did this in Procreate, and I had the reference art of Taco sort of next to me as I was working.
Moving the wax statue of Taco.
I did a lot of
Walking
work.
backwards as if to threaten Merle, like you're next.
I did a lot of work on Taco in panel 3, and then I realized, like, oh fuck, Magnus is in this panel too, and I did him in about 1/8 of the time.
Oh, but it's so good. I feel like this really speaks to what I'm always talking about, where sometimes the layout energy is the energy that it's hard to carry forward because, like, it's there. I can see that he is pissed off and sick of this and ready to come swoop him up in panel 4. Oh,
I also
sorry,
realized that
Griffin's layout. So, Miggy, go ahead and show us his final version.
Oh, that's mean. You'll also notice that I was using the reference art of actually the Wonderland building.
I was gonna ask about that.
And I was like using that for reference, and then I was like, wait a minute, that looks better than what I could do.
So you cheated there too.
No, I
Okay.
cut that and I layered it, and I was like, I put that in panel 2, and I was like, this looks really good. And then I realized, like, wait, I can just change how big that is, and it can be in all the panels.
Hey, Griffin, I got another question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Panel 3.
Yeah.
Taco has just made the decision to spin around and not look at the portal anymore. Is that
He's turning to look at Magnus, or he's starting to look at Merle. He's having a conversation with Merle. I don't know about you, Justin, but when
I
talk
need to see the
somebody-
whole page.
So then,
please.
but if I'm following the action,
Miggy.
he turns. Magnus is grabbing him from behind and dragging him backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're
it feels
saying-
like there's a 180-degree rule that we're trying to figure out how to solve here. And I will say the bottom of half of the page, it is really clear. Like Magnus is moving to the right to grab Taco, moving back to the left to drag him back into hell. So I think that half absolutely works. But I hear what you're saying
is
about
a good
Merle.
way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, because he does flop which
And-
side of the panel he's on from panel
Hey.
2 to panel 3.
Hey, Griff.
Oh, have you
Is-
found something else, Justin, to love?
Is the bottom Merle that's the first Merle in Biggin? Griff,
Griffin McElroy.
how long did you spend on this?
And look at all the detail in his face.
I spent-
Oh, wait, you can't see his face.
I would say, Jad, based off of the Magnus face we see in 3 and notably 5, I
I'm
wouldn't
better
bitch
off.
too much
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
You're right. Yeah.
Mm.
I just like the fact that two complete strangers, two photo models, get more FaceTime than Merle.
Oh, that's not Dad?
No, I think that's Magnus because, as discussed, the hair has been dyed a reddish hue.
Oh, I see that now.
I
yeah.
guys, not joking. When I drew that first panel, it almost killed me. When I drew that first panel, it almost killed me. And I got done with it and I looked at it and I was like, this looks like shit. I can't waste a lot of more of my time drawing things that are going to look like absolute shit. So why not use digital tools? Which, correct me if I'm wrong, Carrie, you use digital tools too.
This is absolutely true. I do make 3D models of the Flaming Raging Poisoning Sword of Doom and the Star Blaster and ink over them because life is
Now,
short and our wrist
thank
health is finest.
So we both stole from Carrie, is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. It's legit.
I'm going to say, if I opened a zine and there were 4 different art styles of the 4 we've seen today,
Yeah.
this would be the one I would be happiest to find in there because I did grow up watching Kablam.
Yes.
This has a lot of 90s Nickelodeon Kablam energy,
Yes.
and I'm loving it.
It's a multimedia
Mhm.
work.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's a-
collage
it's-
is really, zines are all about like collaging and working with what you have and pasting it into a new format. So I want to see a whole mini zine of this, please.
What about on page 255, Carrie? There's some of this kind of like computer built work. We were just speaking about that earlier, right?
Oh, in the actual book. Sorry, I was really like, did you make
Yeah, no.
255 pages of this comic?
I
Because
did,
if so,
Carrie.
I need to read it
No,
immediately.
I did all the stages on this one.
Hold on, my
page.
daughter
yeah.
just walked in and needs
That
a
saves
hug.
me a lot of
Aw.
time. That way you don't have to do. so
Don't
many
flip
different
ahead,
ones.
readers at home, to page
One of the
255.
things.
Read
One of the
book in
things
order.
that I really struggled with was I don't know how to draw stuff, and every once in a while I get something that looked good. And then I'd have to build the whole rest of the drawing around that one. I would draw like I think it was like look in the first one. I think I did none of that's good. In the fourth one, I did his face. I was like, nice. I gotta do this. Just build around this. Don't erase that. So I'd erase the other stuff. And also thank you everybody for not commenting on the smudging, because that was a result of trying to erase my pen. So thank you.
This
No,
is
I
my
feel like you
layout
can-
page.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay, so you did do it
cool.
in stages. Did anybody else do it in stages, or did you go straight to
Color
final?
testing.
I'll be honest, if you go back to mine, maybe if you zoom in on the first panel very closely, you can see that I did do pencils in
Hell
It's
yeah.
hard to see because I colored over it in like another layer, but I drew like a pencil thing of Taco and the whole thing. And then when I started to draw over it, I was like, wait a second, how do you draw over pencils? And so I didn't do that for the other panel.
I would like to.
Yes,
I
yeah.
would like to point out something Charlie McElroy pointed out,
What's that?
and that
Oh.
was the similarity in layout between mine and Justin's pages in panel 2. It's just kind of flip flopped.
Yeah,
interesting.
I did.
If
It
you-
did have
okay,
the
so-
same like
Okay, so there's mine. Except you got Merle and Taco, and then
What are
you
you
got,
accusing? What are you accusing?
No, I'm
Justin
not.
of?
I'm
No,
talking
we
about
worked on them
it's-
at the same time.
it's
My
genetics.
kids noticed the similarities earlier. It's weird. That one, I'm glad that one came out. I was really having a hard time trying to figure out how to visualize that, and then that was
that's
actually
from behind the portal.
you're
looking
looking
out
like
through it.
it's almost from
Interesting.
Magnus's
so
perspective.
that's a
Yeah.
reflection. So that's a
That's
reflection.
cool.
Then it's
Yeah.
exactly the same
Yeah,
layout.
sure. Yes, let's go with that.
Which
That's
is,
good.
I think all of you did do 4 small panels and 1 big one also.
Well,
yeah.
Which is like,
Can we go to mine real quick? Because I wanted to point something out.
Of course,
Yeah,
you
of
can.
course. There's some
Yeah,
bit
if
of
we
your
could go to mine.
genius we didn't-
Look at that arm, right?
Yeah, it's like, did you
Okay, all right.
see- all right,
Hey, Carrie, Dad, thank you so much for.
I just
making
want
the
to say
time.
before we move on, if you enjoy this work, we will be auctioning these off with proceeds going to Palestine Children's Relief Fund. We will share auction links on our website and on our Instagram story as soon as they are live. So you can bring these home. Mine is digital, but maybe I'll print it and sign
This
it
is
or
mine.
something.
You
Hell yeah,
could
print
you
that.
could be the proud owner of this piece of art.
Wow, I was going to send mine to Julian's auction house, but
Well, don't do that.
This is a better thing.
This is better.
Oh, museums are, it's not just for private collectors. Museums and private
Right.
collectors are both welcome to bid. I want to be clear about that.
Mine
Yes,
has a bit of an
absolutely.
oil smudge on it, which I don't know where that came
Oh,
from.
yeah. Don't worry about that,
That
man.
just adds the authenticity.
That's the hand of
bud.
the artist. Yeah.
Mine was on the
Exactly.
dining room table for 3 days, so it's disgusting, man.
Amazing. It's all authentic. Folks, go pick up Taz, the Suffering Game graphic novel. Really is amazing. We didn't talk too much about like the content of it, but this is where like the story really hits critical mass. If you like reunion tour stuff, if you like that little mini arc, that's up in here too. It's got lots of good stuff for you.
And you know what? I'm just gonna tell you guys. So you might see at the end of this one, like coming soon, story of the song, and you're like, what the fudge? What about Stolen Century? Stolen Century and Story and Song in one book, baby.
One big ass,
One giant
big,
book.
gigantic fucking book.
You can't comprehend how big this fucking book is.
We did have to have a conversation with Ben and the editors at For a Second about what the maximum length of a book was that we could do and still keep it at the current price point. And we are hitting that maximum. So it is
Like
big.
physically.
Yeah, physically. Yeah.
Y'all are gonna love it, I'm sure. Go pick it up.
Gary, you're the best.
Oh,
you
you
are
guys-
absolutely.
You're going to be, if you're not already in awe of Carrie Peach, you absolutely will be by the end of this book. She's a genius.
I
If
am
you-
honored.
If you've not gotten a copy of the book yet, you can go to bit.ly/Suffering Game Signed for links to purchase a copy from one of our partner independent bookstores and receive a signed book plate from one of us as well.
Hell yeah. You
and
made a
just-
great book. It was such a pleasure to get to work on with all of you. And For a Second, I am so proud of how it turned out.
Thank you.
As are we. Thank you as always.
Big shout out to
thank you.
Ben too.
Yeah,
Big
thank
shout
you,
out.
Ben
Ben
Williams.
Williams.
And
I
Ben
couldn't do it without him.
Williams, our trusty editor through so many books and such a curator of this whole story.
Real quick before we end, we're going to be on tour this week. We're going to be in Detroit doing Mabim Bam and Taz July 18th and 19th. We're going to be in Cleveland doing Mabim Bam on July 20th. If you're coming to those shows and you have a question you want answered at Mabim Bam or a fungal or wish, you can email it to mbmbam@maximumfun.org and put your city in the subject line. Also on sale, we're going to be in Gen Con next month doing a Suffering Game book launch event. You can visit bit.ly/McElroy Tours for tickets and more information for all the stuff we have coming up.
Sawbones is going to be at those Mabim Bams in Detroit and Cleveland. So if you'd like to see Sawbones before Mabim Bam, you can come to those and see that if that's something you're interested in.
Do it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you guys. Good
Thank
job.
you.
guys.
Starlight.
Bye.
There's
No, we
Starlight.
have no Xfil's. Wait, quick, Carrie, what's your job title?
Oh, yes.
Co-adapter and artist on the Adventure Zone graphic novel series.
No, for
Carrie.
the McElroy Family
You
Clubhouse.
live
Oh,
in the
shit,
clubhouse now. So we have a mayor. That's Ron
Right.
Funches.
And there's a
have-
social work already, I think. You know how like wealthy aristocrats in France hired like someone to be a hermit to live on their property and pretend
yeah,
to
yeah,
farm?
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to do that. Can I do that? And like
Yeah,
put
you're
out a
welcome. Yeah,
broadsheet
please.
once a week of comics?
Professional
Fantastic.
Hermite.
What's
Okay.
mine? I don't have one.
You're the arc of it. You live in the
You're-
basement.
You do the energy dragon. You're everything to us, Dad. Carrie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys. This was incredibly fun, and I'm so stoked about our book.
Me too.
Us too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.